my name is Ryan Shirley, and I want to show you some of my favorite places in the beautiful country of Russia. So here's my Russian top 10. Russia is home to some of the world's most stunning landscapes. The country is full of incredible scenery, intriguing history, and some of the world's most peculiar places. From the coast of the Black Sea to the mountains of Siberia, Russia just has so much to offer. For our first location, we're going to head to the Kamchatka Peninsula. Now this may be one of the most wild and beautiful places in all of Russia. It's a sea-battered land dotted with over 160 volcanoes. It's basically Russia's version of Iceland with a little bit of Alaska. The volcanic peninsula is home to bears, killer whales, and some of the most stunning places I've ever seen. The largest active volcano on the peninsula in all of Eurasia is there. I won't even try to pronounce it. It stands an impressive 4,750 meters tall. The capital of the peninsula is Petropavlovsk. It's an impressive city that is dwarfed over by massive volcanoes. There are no roads from mainland Russia that lead to Kamchatka, so the best way to get there is by plane. I think this may be one of the most beautiful yet undiscovered places in the world. After Kamchatka, we're going to head over to Siberia. Siberia is just this massive region. It makes up more than 3/4 of Russia's land area, but only about 25% of Russia's population lives there due to its remoteness and harsh weather. One of the craziest places in Siberia and all of Russia is Lake Baikal, located in the southern part of Siberia. Lake Baikal is the largest freshwater lake in the world. It contains more than 20% of all the world's fresh water. I mean, take that in for a second. It's also the world's deepest lake with a depth of 1,642 meters. It's home to one of the only freshwater sills. During the winter months, the ice can freeze to be 2 meters thick. One of the easiest ways to get across is with a hoverboat, or you can have a winter workout and ice skate on the world's largest ice rink. The Okhon Island is the third largest island on the lake, and it's home to Lake Baikal's most famous landmark, the Shaman Rock. There are also several vibrantly colored ritual poles that hold a sacred significance to the native people. After Lake Baikal, we're going to visit the Altai Mountains. This mountain range is nicknamed the Switzerland of Siberia, and I totally understand why. I'm just blown away by the scenery here. Altai Mountains are a mountain range that is located not only in Russia, but also extends to Mongolia, China, and Kazakhstan. Altai translates to Golden Mountain, and I have to say that the Altai scenery lives up to its name with its unique colors and golden vegetation. The tallest point in the Altai is the Beluka Mountain. It stands at an impressive 4,509 meters tall. One of the best places to see the peaks is from the Glacier Lake down below. Another incredible spot in the Altai is the Aktru Valley. It's a stunning glacier valley that is dwarfed over by this uniquely shaped mountain. I mean, it'd just be so cool to camp there. I mean, who would have thought Russia looks so much like Switzerland? Another stunning place in Siberia is the Ergaki Nature Park. Now, it's located in the western Sayan mountain range, more than 14-hour stride from the Altai Mountains. Now, Ergaki might as well be called the Dolomites of Russia because that's what they remind me of. It's a beautiful park full of impressive peaks and alpine scenery. One of the coolest features of Ergaki is the Brothers Rock Formation. It creates an almost perfect parabola. I mean, just such a cool shape. Ergaki is just another one of Russia's many hidden gems. I hope y'all can see. After, we're going to head over to the Pacific Ocean to the port city of Vladivostok. When you look at where the city is on the map, it's in a very peculiar spot. It's located right in the southeastern tip of Russia. It's right next to China, and it's just a 4-hour drive to the border of North Korea. I'm just really impressed with this city. It's so green and has beautiful surroundings of the coast. Vladivostok is the largest Russian port on the Pacific Ocean and marks the end of the Trans-Siberian Railway. It's a 7-day journey all the way back to Moscow. Now, the forests and mountains around Vladivostok are home to the incredibly rare Amur leopard and Siberian tigers. Anyways, Vladivostok is such an interesting Russian city. I hope you can see someday. Now afterwards, we're going to take that 7-day train ride across Russia to Moscow. Located in the central part of the country, Moscow is the world's northernmost and coldest mega city. It's also Europe's second most populous city with over 12.4 million residents. One of the most impressive places in Moscow is the St. Basil's Cathedral. It was completed in 1561 under orders of Ivan the Terrible. I mean, it has such a unique look with its colorful onion-shaped domes. Now right next to the cathedral is the the Moscow Kremlin. It's a fortified complex that was completed in 1495. It serves as the official residence of Vladimir Putin, so it's basically the Russian equivalent of the White House. One of the most stunning buildings is the Moscow State University. Reminds me of a scene straight out of a Batman movie. I mean, there's just so many intriguing places to visit in Moscow. What a wild place. Moscow is also a great starting point to visit the Golden Ring of Russia. Now, the Golden Ring is a loop of some of the country's most picturesque and historical towns. You'll find no shortage of the classical Onion Dome churches. To do the loop, you can start in Moscow and make the 12-hour journey as you visit the 8 charming towns that make up the Golden Ring. Now, one of my favorite towns on the route is Suzdal. It's one of the oldest towns in Russia and was founded back in the 11th century. I really like the Cathedral of the Nativity with its blue domes dotted with stars. Another impressive town on the Golden Ring is Kostroma. It's the farthest one from Moscow, and it's home to an impressive Ipatevsky Monastery that was founded back in the 13th century. I mean, there's just so many fascinating places to visit. So if you're in Moscow, definitely recommend checking out the Golden Ring. Now after, we're going to head over to the Caucasus Mountains. The mountain range stretches from the Black Sea all the way to the Caspian Sea. Now the Caucasus Mountains are home to the tallest mountain in Europe, Mount Elbrus. Now located in the southwestern part of Russia, stands this massive 5,642 meter high stratovolcano. It's a dormant volcano, and the last eruption was in 50 AD. The mountains in the area remind me a lot of the Swiss Alps. I just can't believe how big they are. You want to hike to the top. The easiest way is by taking up the cable cars up to around 4,000 meters in elevation and then taking the normal route. I'd love to summit the mountain one day. After Mount Elbrus, we're going to head to the Russian Riviera to visit Sochi. Now located on the eastern coast of the Black Sea, Sochi is home to one of the best climates in all of Russia. Thanks to the sea, it maintains a subtropical climate. Sochi is famous for having a great coastline, and it hosted the Winter Olympics back in 2014. The beachside area of Alder is where the Olympic Park is located, and it's just full of wonderful attractions. Now what's great about Sochi is its access to the mountains. Just a 40-minute drive from the coast can take you to some of Russia's greatest ski resorts where the Winter Olympics took place. Now for our last location, we're going to head to the beautiful city of St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is located at the end of the Baltic Sea. It was founded back in 1703 after Russia captured it from the Swedish colonists. Today is one of Russia's most thriving cities and receives millions of tourists each year. I love all the canals. It reminds me of a mix between Amsterdam and Venice. Now one of the most famous spots is the Peter and Paul Fortress. It was the original citadel of St. Petersburg and was finished in 1740. St. Petersburg is also home to the Lakhta Center, which is the tallest building in all of Europe with a height of 462 meters. You can also check out the sites such as the Palace Square or many of the city's beautiful gardens. Anyways, St. Petersburg is such an incredible city, you gotta visit. Well, that is it for my Russian top 10. I mean, there's just so many beautiful places in Russia. I'll have to make a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place in Russia is.
Have you ever imagined what the toughest, most extreme climate on planet Earth looks like? Well, there's a certain region of northeastern Russia where conditions for human habitation truly couldn't be any more difficult. The region of Yakutia is widely known as one of the coldest, most brutal regions on planet Earth, where midwinter temperatures regularly fall below minus 60 degrees Celsius. Visibility is often less than 5 meters, and the sun is completely blocked by an impenetrable layer of fog lasting months on end. You would think, with conditions like this, there's no way a society could function and so-called normal life could operate. But there are actually a group of people that have called this region home for generations and have not only survived, but thrived. But how is day-to-day life in the so-called pole of cold different to ours? What do these hardy people need to do just to get through the day during the cold, dark, eerie winter months? Well, let's head to Yakutsk and find out. Oh, and by the way, by pure luck, we managed to be there on the coldest day not just of the year, but of the last 2 decades.
Температура сколько? На телефоне 55 показывает. Здесь еще холоднее.
So Yakutsk is widely known as the coldest city on Earth, and with a population of 300,000, it's also the largest city to be built on continuous permafrost. The lowest ever recorded temperature here in Yakutsk was minus 71 degrees Celsius, and we're here in the middle of January and the current temperature is just below minus 50. What's just absolutely mind-blowing about this city is that despite temperatures being below minus 50, despite it being incredibly cold. Life just seems to go on. By the way, about those people, let's meet a few of them. This is Arsenti and this is Nikolai, both members of the Walrus Club, a group of guys that ice bath every day, even in temperatures like this, but we'll see more of that later. And this is Maria, Yakutia's first sommelier. Yep, you heard that right, wine from Yakutia. And this is her husband Maxim, with whom we headed out on an adventure to a remote Yakutian village. These are just a few of the many locals we met here in Yakutsk, but before we hear more about these lovely people and their lives, let's head back out onto the streets.
We've been out for about 20 minutes, and to be honest, I'm pretty warm myself because we've got very many layers, but I'm starting to feel how my face is starting to burn because of the cold around these areas. On that note, we've heard that in temperatures like this, it's very dangerous to kiss each other, and if your skin comes into contact with metal, that's it, you're stuck to it. Living here in Yakutsk pushes the limits of human nature. And even some of the most basic daily tasks require precautions and forethought. For example, turning off your car.
А вы не включаете, нет?
Нет, нельзя, она ж замерзнет. Это весной только заводят.
Turning your car off in these temperatures can cause the engine oil to freeze, resulting in your car being stuck until spring. To avoid this, people either leave their cars running or rent expensive heated garages. However, people are resourceful up here. And by the way, for people that can't afford their own heated garages, they have these covers for their cars. Apparently they're called Natasha. It's quite a cool name. My mom's called Natasha.
Это вместо гаража.
Вместо гаража, да?
Одеяло как бы, что-то это, мороз не попускал. Ну, стоит от 8 тысяч.
От 8 тысяч.
Она автоматом,
Прогревается.
когда вот 60 градусов падает, она автоматически заводится сама.
Короче, тепло держит.
80 градусов постоянно держится она.
Да? Понятно. Driving in the city in the famous Yakutsk fog is an experience in itself. With visibility often under 5 meters, you can't take your eyes off the road for a second. And to stop the windows freezing up whilst you drive, the cars here need to be retrofitted. But we'll let Maria explain that.
Вы заметили, что у нас двойное стекло? Все, кто зимой эксплуатирует машины, все утепляют.
Понятно.
То есть там под капотом там лежит одеяло на двигателе, а решетка вот, вентилятора тоже как решетка вентилятора тоже.
How you feeling?
I'm alright, I just can't feel my toes now.
Can't feel your toes. Let's get inside quick. This is absolutely brutal. My nose hairs are frozen, my beard's frozen. I feel like my bones inside my body are frozen.
In these kind of temperatures, your electronic devices are really struggling. Our phone is starting to go and the camera is playing up, but it's pretty much dead already.
Filming in these temperatures is extremely difficult, and at one point I had my glove off for filming for slightly too long and lost all of the feeling in one of my fingers. So, whilst we head to a coffee shop to warm up, let's show you where we're heading with Maria.
Так, мы приехали.
Пойдемте.
А мы сейчас зайдем туда-то.
So we've come to the Museum of the Permafrost and we're going to go and have a look underground at the permafrost itself here in Yakutsk.
Приезжают сюда, всегда зажигается елка. Ну, раньше так было. Очень много же людей приезжает. Биотуалет.
What the most incredible thing is about this place when you're walking through it is you realise that on this permafrost that we're looking at now, an entire city is built. The entirety of Yakutsk is on the permafrost and is built on exactly what we're looking at here. It's just incredible. And because of this, the city can actually be prone to ice shifts. And one big problem that they had to overcome was the heat that emanates from the buildings not melting the ice. So to counteract that, all of the buildings here in Yakutsk are actually built on these stilts, which creates a gap between the warm homes above and the permafrost below.
And obviously those stilts can only hold that much weight. That's why you won't find a building above 16 floors in Yakutsk. And that also means that all the pipework across the city is actually above ground. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen in the world. And it's not because of the architecture. The nature made it so gorgeous. Like, these trees, honestly, I just can't get enough of. They're so gorgeous. I can just stare at them forever. Probably outside the window, not standing outside watching them forever. You've noticed that everywhere in Yakutsk, where it's leading up to the entrances, they've got carpets laid over because it's so slippery. I haven't seen it anywhere else in the world. I wanted to do this for so long. There are two official languages in the Republic of Sakha, Russian and Yakut. Yakut language is a Turkic language, and you know that we're both very passionate about languages, and we always try and learn at least a few phrases. In some crazy stroke of luck, this day, the day we chose to film, turned out to be the coldest day in the last 2 decades. You would think, though, in these temperatures, nobody would go outside. But this couldn't be further from the truth. People here are inspirational, to be honest. No matter what Mother Nature throws at them, the resilience of the Yakut shines through. Women stand outside at the market all day selling their wares. Delivery guys still work, kids go to school, and some even go ice bathing on the frozen river Lena. This is Arsenti and Nikolai, 2 members of the Walrus Swimmers group. Despite the temperatures, this group of incredible people turn up here almost every day to dive into this icy water.
Вообще не видно.
Я говорю за камерой.
Да.
Снимайте.
Внимание делаю для того, чтобы разогнать кровь. Потом уже как бы холод уже легче переносит.
Температура сколько? На телефоне 55 показывает. Здесь еще холоднее. 58, наверное, есть.
Wow. And he goes underwater.
We've got like 4 layers on at least. Things are coming up, oh my god.
Ощущения всегда прекрасные, бодрые. Одеваться, говорю, самое сложное.
Самое сложное, да?
Да.
А почему? Потому что уже
Потому что ты
замерзнешь.
мокрый.
Да.
И сейчас, да, это... Вроде и вытереть, обсохнуть надо, а не получается достаточно, да?
Я пока ничем не обтирался еще.
Еще не
Вот,
обтираешь?
ноги обтираю, чтобы... Главное, пальцы ног. В первую очередь, их надо спасать.
У нас как-то девушка приходила с Москвы купаться в минус 50 или минус 40, что ли. Она без тапочек хотела побежать.
Опа.
Прилипло, да?
Да, она бы сразу прилипла бы.
Inspiring, isn't it?
Incredibly inspiring.
One of the guys said that he started doing this in August because he got fed up of getting ill constantly. So to boost his immune system up, he decided to start doing this.
At this point, you may be thinking that Yakutsk is just one big ice city all year round, but actually that's not always the case.
Летом у нас жарко, где-то до 40 градусов тепла.
And despite the very cold snap that we're experiencing at the moment, on average winters here are getting warmer. Climate change is having an effect on Russia's far north faster than most places on Earth, and that poses a massive threat to the very permafrost the city is built on. Last summer, the above average mercury culminated in tragic circumstances.
Год назад лето у нас было ужасно жарким, у нас было очень много пожаров. По-моему, 11 миллионов гектаров сгорело, что ли. И зима была необычайно теплая в то время. Так что, мне кажется, изменение климата есть.
The warming climate is a problem for all of humanity, and one that's having a particular effect on Yakutia right now. Even if today, walking around the city at minus 60, it seems a long way off.
As passes through, it's easy to be shocked at temperatures like this. I mean, in Britain, the country completely shuts down after an inch of snow. But for people here, this is just everyday life, and the locals love their city and its climate. And for us, the main takeaway from this trip, funny enough, won't be the freezing cold, but the intense warmth of the Yakut people.
By the way, this is the first of a mini-series up here in the world's coldest region. This video in many ways left us with more questions than answers about the Yakut people, their way of life, what they eat up here and what life's like in the villages. And in the next videos we're going to endeavour to answer all of these questions and share more of this magical region.
But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next one.